Hey guys, this is Frozen Things Theos here, and welcome back to another video. And today, I said in my review of Ant-Man the Wasp that I'll be making a final video before I go see Ant-Man the Wasp on the Mania theaters. And yes, people, I'm finally seeing it in theaters today. I am so hyped for the movie. I don't care what anyone else says. This movie is gonna rock. But yeah. Um, yeah, I'm sure y'all know that we all know that the MCU has been getting slandered nowadays. I mean, yeah, back then the MCU used to be one of the most beloved franchises ever. Like probably like the most popular franchise. Maybe it is still arguably the most popular franchise to this day, but now it's popular on a bad note because people like to slander the MCU. People like to tear the MCU apart. People take the MCU way to the extreme, and people say, oh, the MCU is bad. Oh, I'm done with the MCU. Oh, the MCU sucks now. It's the worst franchise ever. No, but y'all know personally that I still love the MCU. Yeah, sure, they've made a couple of mid projects and really terrible projects, but they've consistently made good franchises or like good movies all over the years, and I still love them. And I still love them. And yeah, so I think the multiverse saga has potential to be better than the Infinity Saga. Yes, I am going that far. Phase four was my favorite MCU era ever, but let's see if Phase five can live up. So yeah, Ant-Man was Quantumania. The recent MCU film has been slammed by critics. I mean, audiences did like it for the most part. I've heard people say, oh, a lot of people, all audiences say, oh, it's a pretty solid film. No one says it's better than the first Ant-Man, so I'll probably be the first to call it better than one. But most people say it is better than Quantumania at least. It's a good thing they don't think it's the worst Ant-Man film, but it got like a 48% Rotten Tomatoes, which is pretty much on par with Eternals as the worst reviewed MCU movie ever. And not only is Quantumania the worst reviewed, but people who hated the film like really gave them really made an impact on them on the future of the MCU. This is the start of Phase Five. This is the start of this is the start of Phase Five, a new era where Marvel is actually listening to its fans. They're listening to the fans' criticisms, and they want to improve. They want to actually fix it. But no, people will still hate the MCU nonetheless. I mean, people seem to like really have this checklist on MCU movies that these post Endgame MCU movies. I mean, if a movie came out after Endgame, or it's a post Endgame MCU movie, automatic bad review, automatic bad. So I mean, the only reason people, I mean, No Way Home, people do love it, but nowadays people seem to call that movie overrated, saying, oh, it's just fan service, but the story's terrible. Um, yeah, but the only reason people like No Way Home is because it's from Sony. Well, I'm not one of those people. No Way Home is my favorite MC movie, and I love it for different reasons. It's not only because the reason why No Way Home is amazing is because it doesn't rely on fan service. It's like it actually uses fan service to tell a good story and actually like leave an impact. That's why it's good. Not because it's made by Sony or it's just a pathetic excuse for fan service to ignore the fact that the story is quote unquote bad. And Infinity War was actually the last MCU movie to be the last MCU movie where majority loves. A lot of people hated Endgame nowadays and say it overrated. Both Endgame and No Way Home, people say they're overrated or they age like milk. I mean, Endgame was loved at the time, but when they throw Avatar as the highest grossing movie of all time, I know that's outdated. People just started hating the film. Like seriously, I mean that's actually when the MCU fans started becoming toxic because when Endgame became the highest grossing movie of all time, people were like, no, why did you put Endgame as the highest grossing movie of all time? Okay, that's it. I now hate this movie. Any movie that is the highest grossing movie is bad. But I mean, people want Endgame to top Avatar, and when Endgame top Avatar, this is the reaction. That is the reaction you give it. I'm sorry, but that was actually when I drew the line with MCU fans. Yeah, but I think the problem is not the haters, like the ones who hate MCU before. It's the fans. Like the fans are just, I can't stand the MCU fans. I'm one of the less toxic MCU fans. I'm an MCU fan, but the fandom really needs to stop. Like with the yeah, Infinity War was the last MCU for people who truly love. Not many people say it's overrated, and yeah, and I actually do think Infinity War is better than Endgame because I do have one nitpick with Endgame. I'll review. Like what I said in my Ant-Man the Wasp review. I'll mention that nitpick in when I review Quantumania because it has something to do with Endgame and Quantumania. Like I will say, but I won't say what it is. You'll have to figure that out for yourself. But yeah, um, and yeah, and then we got the MCU TV shows, which people slander because because of how many they are. But yeah, so yeah, I mean, this video is mainly for convincing you guys to give Phase 5 a chance because Quantum Mania is what made people done with the MCU. Like after Guardians of the Galaxy Volume 3, people are not gonna be watching any more future projects. I guess with the exception of Deadpool 3. But yeah, people are gonna yeah. So um, now I'm here to defend the MCU. I already did a defense video on Phase 4, but now I'm gonna go even further. I'm gonna give you guys more reasons on more like this is pretty much a sequel to my defense of Phase 4 video. So yeah, well that said, so let's try to defend. So I have an article right here. I'm gonna be reading out some of the criticisms that people give it, and I'll be the defending it because yeah. So yeah, people's biggest problems with MCU Phase 4 is that there's no Captain America and Iron Man. What? Really? I mean, first of all, a lot of MCU projects throughout Phase 1 to 3 did have Captain America and Iron Man in it. So I mean, why would you? So Phase 4 doesn't have Tony and Iron Man and Captain America. So does that matter? I mean, yeah, don't get me wrong. I mean, I am aware that Captain America and Iron Man are objectively the best. They're not my favorite MCU heroes, but they are the best on an objective level. Like Captain America is the first Avenger, and Iron Man is the one who kickstarted the MCU. So yeah, but they mainly appear in their own solo movies and the Avengers movies. Like, I mean, it's like as if you hate them some of the other solo movies that focus on our hero just because Captain and Iron Man aren't in it. Iron Man aren't in it. So I mean, but most of them get a lot of love. So like, so saying Phase 4 is bad just because no Captain America and Iron Man is there. That's a piss poor excuse to hate to hate the current MCU. That is a bad reason. And and yeah, there's still some great MCU heroes to root for. At least you still have Spider Man and here's and I mean and Phase 4 has given us some of the best female MCU heroes like Kate Bishop, Yelena, Cassie Lang. I keep forgetting her superhero alter ego name. I know she has a name, but I keep forgetting. Hopefully I'll remember it when I go see Quantum Mania. But yeah. Also Shuri's Black Panther, and also that's another thing. They're replacing the OG Avengers with counterparts. I mean, people complain that this faces us far too many women, as you know, a lot of OG Avengers are being replaced with women. Most of the Avengers do consist of men, but then like there's one woman on the team, which is Black Widow. A lot of people rank Black Widow as last place just because she's a woman. That is unfair. Like sometimes I find it unfair that people just keep putting men over women just because I'm a man, so I gotta support my own gender and I can't support your opposite gender. That's really annoying nowadays. And I do support both genders equally. That's actually why I talk about women more than men because I feel bad for them. I feel bad for women in movies constantly getting slandered. I find it just really annoying. But yeah, what else can I say? Okay, so let's get to some of the other criticisms. Quantity over quality is another thing because there's far too many MCU projects, and yet they all get slandered. But come, yes, I understand. I'm glad Marvel is listening to those criticisms. Maybe there could be less. There could be less. But come on. I mean, it doesn't matter. I mean, I still think these MCU movies are really good, and that's the first thing I want to say when it comes to like the main topic of this video. Marvel is actually improving quality of is fixing that this problem in Phase 5. They're adding less MCU projects, and so you should give it a chance out because. I mean, when Marvel's listening to the fans, I mean, you really should be grateful. Don't just keep hating on Marvel. Like MCU fans are always ungrateful for everything, and it's just really annoying. And and yeah, also one thing I love about the MCU Phase 4 is how experimental it is. Like they're experimental on different things, trying to be different, and this is how you react to it when the MCU it has been like kind of formulaic. I mean, I acknowledge that the MCU before is formulaic, but now they're trying something new, and this is and yeah, so I wish MCU fans were more grateful than that. And also, people say that the MCU Phase 4 focuses on politics and pushing agenda. I'm sorry, but why? Come on, people. Like, no, I mean, can you please stop with that excuse? Like, oh, it's woke, it's pushing so much agenda. Kevin Feige confirmed that Phase 4 will have more women than men, and that was like what put people off. Like, that's that complaint that there's too much women. Like, yeah, like what I said. I mean, please stop hating on women. Please stop giving them hate. I mean, I'm not only like loving them just because they're hot. I mean, I root for them. Um, but yeah, now let's talk about some of the MCU's future and what could this mean for the MCU. Um, and yeah, so I think the reason why the MCU you should give the MCU Phase 5 a chance is because I mean you'll never know that they could actually surprise you. I mean, plus this is a really good lineup actually. This is a really good lineup. I mean, of course, well, Guardians 3 and Deadpool 3 is pretty much what everyone will watch because um, these are the MCU movies that um, everyone's looking for. Guardians 3 because of James Gunn, Deadpool 3 mainly because of Wolverine, and but to me, the main reason why I'm hyped for Deadpool 3 is because of Sean Levy. He directed the best Stranger Things episode, so I trust Sean Levy, what he does. Also, Free Guy was a masterpiece, so um, seeing Sean Levy work with Ryan Reynolds is always a win. It's an automatic win for me. But like, I mean, some of these MCU shows have potential. Yeah, let's talk about the MCU shows first. I mean, we're getting Secret Invasion. Secret Invasion is my most anticipated MCU show because um because this is gonna be a serious MCU show. I mean, the problem with people say the problem with the MCU is they comedy, but yeah, that's the thing with MCU fans. They're very hypocritical. Like they complain over the MCU being having too much comedy, but then when Quantumania came out, it was so serious. People just say, "Oh, it's bad because there's not much comedy." What do you want from the MCU nowadays? Secret Invasion is gonna be a really serious movie. It's gonna be a political thriller, espionage thriller. It's going back to the Winter Soldier roots, which a lot of people say is the best MCU movie. I can totally see that. So, give it a chance. A lot of people say Echo's unnecessary. But here's the thing, people. It's written. It has the same writers as Better Call Saul. So, that should convince you enough because come on, it's Better Call Saul. It's not my personal favorite, but it is an objective masterpiece. So that's something. I'm sure people are looking forward to Loki season 2 because people say Loki season 1 is the best MCU Phase 4 project besides No Way Home, and I can totally see why. And then Ironheart, well, yeah, people are complaining over Ironheart being Iron Man's replacement, like she's being an Iron Man wannabe and stuff. Ironheart was one of the MCU my lesser anticipated MCU movie show projects, but I was still excited for it nonetheless. Love Ironheart and Black Panther Wakanda Forever, so I think we should. I totally trust that this one. I can see why people are not excited for it. Um, Agatha Coven of Chaos, I understand why people say it's unnecessary, but I mean Agatha was one of the standouts in WandaVision, so this should be good. And then we got Daredevil Born Again. Like, oh my goodness. I mean, um, like, like people are complaining about Daredevil Born Again. Yeah, like, I need to make that separate video maybe before the show comes out. But like, yeah, people love Daredevil is one of the most beloved MCU heroes, and the Daredevil Netflix series is considered to be the best MCU series ever. People complain that the MCU series has only been 6 episodes, which is they think is not enough. I totally get that, but to me it's not really a problem. Daredevil Born Again has 18 episodes, which is pretty much like a typical series long episode, and that's a good thing because it's gonna give more time for story arcs, for character development, and for more action. And what do people do? Complain about the fact that Daredevil is bought by Disney. Wow, just I mean, first of all, I think people some complaints is that oh, what if they make it rated TV 14? What if there's no gore? I mean, first of all, people don't judge the don't judge movies by the NBA by their rating. That is one of the dumbest criticisms I've ever heard. Don't just say, oh, it's gonna suck because it's rated PG-13. It should be R rated. I mean, it's gonna be fine with me as long as what matters is that the story is good, they stay true to the character, and it's gonna be enjoyable. Um, One of the things, there's a rumor that Jen Ortega is gonna be in the Daredevil series as White Cat. I hope it comes true because we need Jen Ortega in the MCU, and especially in this one in particular. Jenna is my top 10 favorite actresses of all time. If she's actually Daredevil Born Again, then this is gonna be automatically my most anticipated MCU show. But yeah, but maybe this could be TVMA because if Devil 3 is R rated and Marvel Zombies is this animated TV show is TVMA, this one can be TVMA as well. That's actually why I think the MCU is better because they're actually making more this is why I'm hyped for Phase 5 because they're actually making more mature projects. They're actually making R-rated movies and TVMA TV shows. This is why you should give them a chance and you should be grateful. Don't just be like, oh, it's MCU, I'll pass. And now let's get into the movies. Yeah. The Marvels is pretty much the first film I heard people say, oh, I'm not gonna watch. I don't mind that personally, but to me personally, I'm giving the Marvel a chance because the reason why Captain Marvel is a bad movie because of the her origin story, like the her origin story, like the fact that it's far too exposition heavy. The twist villain is unpredictable, especially if you've seen Guardians of the Galaxy, and they ruined Nick Fury's character. But the Marvels, I don't think it's gonna be a great film. I think it'll be a rather solid film. I don't have the highest expectations for it. It's still my least anticipated MCU project, unless if they make She-Hulk season 2, which I hope it doesn't happen. But yeah, not a fan of Captain Marvel's character, but she does get improved as time goes by. I mean, I liked her in Endgame. Yes, she is. I'll admit, Captain Marvel may be the weakest link in Endgame, but I still like her in that film. And by the way, people stop hating on that scene where stop where all the women team up to fight. Like that, like I don't see anything wrong with that scene. I don't know why people hate that scene. But yeah, I think the Marvels will be good. I mean, Miss Marvel, I actually might give that a chance. I think there's room for improvement, but because I really love Kamala Khan so much, I think she's a very charming and relatable character, and she's gonna be the standout of this film. So, but if this movie gets hated, I'm gonna be like, okay, fine. It's gonna be good. Um, and then Captain America: New World Order. Falcon and Winter Soldier is probably the most underrated MCU project. Well, let's see if Quantum Man can dethrone it. But um, Falcon and Winter Soldier is pretty much the most overly hated. I mean, I don't get the hate for it. I don't get the hate for it. the villain Colin Morgenthau is the most underrated villain ever, and I stand by that. I mean, I remember they said that in the post credit scene that Sharon Carter no wait no that that that's gonna be season two, but instead they decided to make season two into a movie. This is basically a sequel to this is basically a sequel to Falcon Winter Soldier. So yeah, now I will admit I do have a few skepticisms about it, and I know for sure that this is not gonna be as good as the Russo brothers Cap films, but hopefully it's better than the first Avenger. Even though I like first Avenger, um yeah, I do have a few skepticisms. Like I mean, the return of the leader, like that villain from the Incredible Hulk, that I completely forgot about. I mean, I literally forgot about him until they announced he was coming back in in this movie. I mean, everyone's like, oh my god, this guy's gonna return. Yes, but like I was like, really? I mean, people say, oh yes, they're bringing back Incredible Hulk characters. But like I don't even like Incredible Hulk that much. I think it's one of the lesser MCU movies. I don't really care about the leader that much. So I hope he's good in the movie, but I don't know. But my biggest concern with Captain America: New World Order is Sharon Carter. Now, I love Sharon Carter. I think she and Carly are both tied as my favorite. I think Carly is my favorite character in Falcon and Winter Soldier, but I mean, I'm still a Sharon Carter fan, but like the problem is the fact that she's not on the cast list. Like what? Like she's not on the cast list. I mean, I'm worried about her. Because seriously, if they're not gonna bring in Sharon Carter in this movie, then poor shame um, on you for listening to the haters. I mean, people hate Sharon Carter because of the twist that she's the power broker. Fun fact: the Sharon Carter was supposed to be the villain. Following up Falcon and Winter Soldier, she was supposed to be a new villain considering that she was a power broker. But considering that people hated the twist that she was the power broker, Marvel's like, okay, we're not gonna make Sharon Carter the villain. But again, I acknowledge that Marvel listens to their fans, but to me, I would be okay with Sharon Carter being a villain. But if you're just gonna write off Sharon Carter for not being for people disliking her in Falcon Winter Soldier and the power broker twist, then that is why. Then why are you doing that? And yeah, so but I'm still excited for this, and people complain. There's like a casting controversy about this. A casting controversy. Shira has a Sabra. Now I have no idea who Shira has is, but I'm excited to see her as Sabra. But I don't get the controversy for her casting choice. I mean, it's just a casting choice. I mean, I don't know. Like people saying, oh, it's just pushing agenda, but like, come on, people, just stop. Come on, just stop with the controversy already. Okay, but anyway, so the next one I'll talk about is, oh boy, another controversial one that really annoyed by the hate for this one. Thunderbolts. Thunderbolts is my most anticipated MCU Phase 5 project. I mean, for a few reasons. First of all, because this looks like a Suicide Squad 2069, right? This is basically Marvel's Suicide Squad, but with a team of anti-heroes grouped together to fight a real villain. But the problem is that people hate the casting choice. People like despise the casting choice for this film. They're all saying, "Oh, Thunderbolts will be a disaster." Like, I have a fear that this is gonna be the next MCU movie to get Rotten Scarlet Tomatoes, and I don't want that. I mean, people complain that the leaders are female. Like, the fact that Yelena is the leader and there's no Zemo and an Abomination. Um, I mean, there's a rumor that Marvel's going to recast them and even remove Ghost, who you probably saw me defend her in my Ant-Man the Wasp review. But people are just like, oh, this movie's gonna suck. This movie's gonna be a disaster. This is gonna be one of the worst MC movies. But I don't want this to fail. I think this is the movie that people need to give a chance to. Like, I feel like I mentioned this in my New World Order when I talked about that, but Harrison Ford as Thunderbolt Ross, I buy the casting choice. Love Harrison Ford, and love the fact that he's in a superhero movie. I mean, Han Solo in MCU. I am definitely down for that. Yeah, and he's definitely a great successor. He could actually be even better than William E. Hurt. Rest in peace to that actor. But yeah, I'm excited to see him, and he's actually going to be the Red Hulk. So I'm excited to see the Red Hulk. Yes, people. At least we're getting the Red Hulk in this. But I mean, come on, this team is not bad. I mean, now I do wish that Stacey and Songbird will be in this film. I mean, rumors are still out there that Stacey was going to be Stacey is going to be Songbird. But if she's not in this film, that's okay because one, she has other heroes to play. I think she should play Batgirl in Batman Brave and the Bold, and two, um, at least we have Yelena as the layer, and yeah, this is why I think. This is why I'm excited because of Yelena. She's going to be the leader, and she's going to be taking on the Black Widow name. Yeah. It was confirmed recently that Thunderbolts is going to be Black Widow 2. Um, it's going to be on Black Widow 2, and I love Black Widow, so I think this is going to be even better than Black Widow. Considering that it's a Yelena, and I'm sure they'll make a better villain because Black Widow could have been one of the best Phase 4 movies if they had a better villain. But this one, this one, there's a rumor that the villain is going to be Sentry, played by Ryan Gosling, who is going to be evil Superman. And man, I can't wait to see him as the villain. Also, it does make sense that this is Black Widow too because Yelena is the main character, and the vast majority of the team are from Black Widow with Red Guardian and Taskmaster. S- and we saw what's her name again? The Van Dave. I forgot her name, but the one of the actress who played the mother. I don't remember, but I'm sure you know who I'm talking about. The girl who recruited Yelena to kill Hawkeye. Because she said that I'm sure you know what I'm talking about, but yeah. So it does make sense for this as a Black Widow sequel. As that woman is gonna be putting on the team, I guess. So yeah, I'm really excited to see that. So yeah, I can't wait for Thunderbolts. It's probably my one of my most anticipated movies of 2024, and I'm honestly more hyped for it than that Spider Verse sequel coming out that year. I think Beyond the Spider Verse. So yeah. And then there is some Blade, though, which actually Blade is one of those movies that people are looking forward to. I don't have much to say about it. It's actually my second least anticipated MCU project behind the Marvels. Again, I'm still excited for it either way, but I think Mahershala Ali is a perfect casting choice, probably even better than Wesley Snipes. And yeah, I know this movie has production troubles. I mean the script was like I'm sure you know how the script was just 90 minutes long with two bad action scenes. So they changed the director. The director now is the director is pretty much the creator of Lovecraft Country, a show starring Jonathan Majors, and I should check that out soon. I haven't seen it yet, but yeah, not much to say about it. If this is the next MCU movie that'll get a low score on Rotten Tomatoes, I wouldn't mind. But yeah, I mean, production people are becoming less excited for this now because of production troubles. But the complaints I hear about this is that, oh, is this gonna be PG-13? Okay, people, it's gonna be PG-13. Well, I think it's gonna be PG-13 because this comes out before Deadpool 3, and they said Deadpool 3 will be the first MCU movie to be R-rated. But again, don't judge a movie by the rating, judge it by the story and the characters. But I'm sure this movie will be awesome either way. Like, this movie will be awesome. I can't wait for Blade. So yeah. As for Phase 6, thankfully people are looking forward to Phase 6. Like Phase 6 was like a lot of people are saying Phase 6 will get the MCU back on track. Because all of the projects announced for Phase 6 do have potential. Like Fantastic Four, which a lot of people look forward to because of the director of WandaVision and the fact that it's going to be the first truly great Fantastic Four movie, like the true Fantastic Four movie we need. And then Phase 6 also has the Avengers movies, Kang Dynasty and Secret Wars. Now, Secret Wars. A lot of people complain about Secret Wars because they hired the same writer as Doctor Strange in the Multiverse of Madness, which is one of the more hated MCU projects. But like, come on, people, give Doctor Strange to a chance. I don't know, give Secret Wars a chance. Secret Wars is my most anticipated movie of all time. Well, it was my most anticipated until Frozen 3 was announced. Secret Wars is my most anticipated MCU project by far. So, like, I read the Secret Wars comics, and it's going to be the best. I'm sure this is going to be the best MCU movie. I'm calling right now. Secret Wars is my favorite MCU comic. It's gonna be the biggest movie you'll ever see because if it have every single Marvel heroes, not just from the MCU but maybe even outside the MCU, they're all gonna forge together to fight Kang. So you really want to see it. Kang and Doctor Doom as well, and you really want to see it. So pretty much every single MCU hero alive will be in this film. Will be in Secret Wars, and you really should hype up for Secret Wars. And then there's Spider-Man's 4 will probably be Phase 6. Can't wait for that. And there's also like rumor that Shang-Chi, Doctor Strange 3 and all that stuff. Don't have much to say about Phase 6. Not much has announced yet. And thankfully people are giving Phase 6 a kind of a more positive impression. Like maybe Phase 6 could bring back the MCU, and I think Phase 6 will be the best MCU phase. I am calling it right now. So but yes, I'm only doing this for Phase 5 because of how Quantumania is the introduction, but it's pretty much convincing. It's the start of Phase 5, but it's just convincing people that that Phase 5 will be even worse than Phase 4, and make people done with the MCU. I think you still should watch the MCU. I mean, I don't want to see any MCU flops. Like, please don't make any MCU movies flop at the box office. So that's all for my video on why you should give MCU Phase 5 a chance. Are you excited for MCU Phase 5? And yes, so this is the video to truly prepare myself to go see Quantumania. So comment down below, like, subscribe, hit the notification bell, and stay tuned for my Quantumania review. I might vlog if I remember to do so. Bye guys.